So we are excited to be hosting a 4th of July gathering and picnic, and I looked around and realized I didn't really have much to decorate for 4th of July. So I was at the craft store exploring yesterday and came up with a couple of fun ideas. This is the first video in a series of how to get you ready for your 4th of July gathering. So what we're going to make are, we're going to do some fun activities with some red and white flowers and bring in our traditional red, white, and blue for the 4th of July holiday. I actually, when walking around the store, I always check the clearance aisle because there's random things you never know what you can do with. And I found this great foam topiary. And then I also got these foam balls. So I'm going to do 2 different versions of the same kind of look. I actually was inspired when I was at a home decor store earlier that day and thought I could do that and do it a lot cheaper. So the first step is to take your flowers off. I went ahead and got the flowering bush because I thought that I got a lot more flowers and you really need something small. But you can get any kind of flowers. I also got some roses as another option. So I went ahead and took them all off. And I'm going to do white on top and then red, and then I got my blue 10 pail at the gardening store. So let me dump my white ones out here. And first you're going to need, as supplies, you'll need your hot glue gun. And as you know, most of my crafts, or most crafts, it seems like these days, are very good about hot glue. So I went ahead and invested in a pretty decent glue gun. The other great thing is I actually have learned, I bought a series of cheap cutting boards, and that's what I use for my glue gun. Plus you can peel it back off so you can keep them pretty clean. So once you've plucked your flowers off of the bush, you'll see that they have this back on it, and that's actually important because that's what you're going to push in. So I like to go ahead and first we'll try this a couple different ways. It kind of can go both ways, but put a little bit of glue on your flower so that once you get it in there, it's not going to go anywhere. And I like to start down here at the base, and then we can fill in. Yeah, I didn't know if that would. So just stick it on there, and that should be good. And so I will get these all. And another way you can do it is actually, because once you get the glue on it, it's a little harder to push down. I actually am going to push a hole and then first, and then add some glue. And we'll kind of see. I think that may help it secure a little bit more. So this will take some time, but it's pretty easy to do. So I'll get moving and we'll check back in after I get this first one done. So you can see I got about half of it done, and I just, you know, you obviously can figure out how to do the other half, and I'll finish it up. I just didn't want to take up too much time. That one came out of its hole a little bit, but it's pretty easy. I went ahead and learned halfway through. It's easier to stab all the little holes for the stems, and then you can just glue and stick those a little bit quicker. You will find at the store there's a couple of different kinds of foam. So there's the white foam, the kind of craft foam, and then there's this green floral foam. I prefer working with the green floral foam. I think that it is a little softer and a little easier to work into, and so that's something to consider. But you kind of get the idea there. and these glue strings, always so many of them when you're working with hot glue. But and I think it just makes a fun little table centerpiece. You can put some rocks or something in the base just to weigh it down a little bit, but you get the gist of it, and I will post a picture of the final product at the end so you can see once I've had a chance to put all those flowers on there. You can also tie a ribbon on it if you'd like, but I kind of like just the all natural look of it.